In Excel Chapter 2, we will be working with formulas, functions, and formatting. We will cover the following objectives in this video. Enter formulas using the keyboard, copy a formula using the fill handle, apply the average, max, and min functions, and finally, we will add conditional formatting to cells.
In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to enter a formula in Excel using the keyboard. One of the reasons why Excel is such a valuable tool is because you can assign a formula to a cell and Excel will calculate the result. In this example, I'm going to be working with the data that is shown on page 72 in Excel Chapter 2. The title of this worksheet is the Mobile Masses Biweekly Payroll Report. The first formula that we're going to create is gross pay. You'll notice for this formula I'm going to be working with the column F. So I'm going to select column F4. This is the first cell that I will calculate the formula in. The formula for gross pay will be hours worked times or multiplied by the hourly rate. Let's go ahead and create this formula. With cell F4 active, I'm going to type the equal sign on my keyboard. Note that all formulas in Excel begin with the equal sign. Then I'm going to reference or type in D4, hold down the Shift key and press the number 8 on my keyboard, which will create an asterisk sign, which is used for multiplication. Then I'm going to type the hourly rate cell, which is E4. You will notice that each cell has a colored border surrounding it that is included in the formula. Then I'm going to go ahead and hit enter on my keyboard and notice that the gross pay for my first employee has been properly calculated in cell F4. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to copy formulas using the fill handle. You'll notice that I already have all of the totals calculated for our first employee shown here in row 4. One method to calculate the totals is to manually type in all of your formulas in the remaining cells, or a much easier way is to simply copy the formulas that are already created to the remaining range. To do this, I'm going to left single click on column F4. I'm going to hold and drag to my right to select the range F4 to J4. Then I'm going to position my cursor in the lower right hand corner of J4 until I get my fill handle. Then I will left single click, hold and drag down to row 12 and release. Notice that all of the calculations have automatically been made for me. In this lesson, we are going to determine the average of a range of numbers using the keyboard and mouse. On Excel page 84 in Chapter 2, your text states that the average function sums the numbers in a specified range and then divides the sum by the number of cells with numeric values in that range. I'm going to show you an example now. I'm going to take my cursor and locate cell C14 and left single click on that cell to make it active. I'm going to calculate the average number of dependents, which is column C. I'm going to type the equal sign, and then using my keyboard I'm going to type average, open parentheses, and then the range that I'm going to be working with is C4 to C12. I can either type in this range or I can left single click, hold and drag down to select the range that I'd like to use. Then I'm going to type close parentheses and press enter to get the average number of dependents for the biweekly payroll report. In this lesson, we are going to determine the highest number in a range of numbers using the insert function box. Your text states on page Excel 86 that the next step is to select cell C15. So we're going to go ahead and do that to determine the highest or maximum number in the range of cells C4 to C12. Excel includes a function called the max function that displays the highest value in a range. Although we could go ahead and use the exact same procedure that we use to calculate the average, we're going to use a different method, which is utilizing the insert function box on the formula bar. So with cell C15 selected, I'm going to navigate up to the insert function button on the formula bar and left single click. This brings up the insert function dialog box. I'm then going to locate the function that I need, which is max. I'm going to highlight and left single click on max and then left single click on OK. This will bring up my function arguments dialog box. I then need to type in the range that I would like to work with. So I'm going to backspace to delete that text, and I'm going to type in the range of C4 colon C12 and click OK. Notice that my result is displayed in cell C15. In this lesson, we are going to determine the lowest number in a range of numbers using the sum menu. Your text states on page 87 that we will utilize the min function in cell C16 to determine the lowest or minimum number in the range of C4 to C12. To do this, we need to first make cell C16 active by left single clicking. Then I'm going to make sure that my Home tab is active, navigate over to my editing group, and left single click on the AutoSum button. I will navigate down to select the min function by left single clicking. You'll notice that it automatically fills in the range of C14 to C15. We need to modify this to C4 to C12. So I'm going to left single click on cell C4, hold and drag down to C12. Then I will hit enter on my keyboard and the result of 0 will display in cell C16, which is the correct result. Your text states in Excel Chapter 2, page 104, that Excel lets you apply formatting that appears only when the value in a cell meets conditions that you specify. This type of formatting is called conditional formatting. You can apply conditional formatting to a cell, a range of cells, the entire worksheet, or the entire workbook. Usually you apply conditional formatting to a range of cells that contains values that you want to highlight if conditions warrant. In this example, we are going to be working in column D, hours worked. What we are looking for are individuals that have worked hours greater than 70. So, to apply this condition, we are going to select the range of D4 to D12. Then, I will navigate up to the Styles group, left single click on the Conditional Formatting button. From here, I will navigate down to New Rule and left single click. I then need to select the second rule option, which is Format Only Cells That Contain. Here, I will go down and verify that it states Format Only Cells with a cell value set to greater than, and then I'm going to type in my condition, which is 70. Next, I need to apply the formatting for these particular cells. So I'm going to click on the Format button. I need to then click on the Font tab, and in the Font group, I'm going to change my color to white for the font, and then I'm going to left single click on the Fill tab and select my desired fill color. and click OK. And then on the new formatting rule, I'm going to left single click on OK, and notice that the conditional formatting has been applied to the cells that have values greater than 70 hours.
This concludes our video on Excel Chapter 2, Formulas, Functions, and Formatting.